All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Kol Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Shalom to you sincere Akim out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, Adwan Ratazah, this will be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. And beautiful times that we're living in. Beautiful times that we're living in. As you can see, I'm not going to read any of this. You can see on the screen. I took a couple screenshots. You can pause the video and read it for yourself. But we're in beautiful times. This is the breaking news right now, what's going on in LA. And started over this weekend. But actually, prior to this, I've reposted a couple things from Lisa Cabrera. The immigration ICE situation with these migrants has been escalating. It's a powder keg. And it's not just these so-called Latinos and Hispanics that are being deported. It's also, anybody that's not here lawfully. They're deporting Elamites, so-called Indians, Arabs, Ishmael. They're deporting Moab, the Chinese. Anybody that's not here lawfully, they're getting at them. ICE is getting at them. But of course, the main focus is going to be on you tribes. Okay, of course, the main focus is on you tribes. But all around Babylon, they've been protesting. Not just in California, major cities they've been protesting. Okay, and it's a powder keg, and it's beautiful times that we're living in. Beautiful times. Trump deployed 2,000 National Guards to LA, and as of right now, this is from this morning. You could pause the video and you can read those other. I'm pretty sure you know what's going on, but things have been progressively escalating. It's getting worse and worse, and as of right now, this morning, breaking news from CNN. It says dozens arrested after protests in LA and San Francisco. This is the main point. All of downtown Los Angeles has been declared an unlawful assembly area. So it's gotten so bad, all of downtown LA is declared an unlawful assembly area. I already said Trump is deploying 2,000 National Guards. He told the Marines to be on standby, So we're in them times, baby. We're in them times. Again, this ICE is grabbing up anybody that's unlawful. They're waiting for you at your jobs. They're waiting for you outside of your homes, outside of your children's schools. They're splitting up families. But of course, the main focus is you tribes. Right now, you Northern Kingdom, you so-called Hispanics and Latinos, you're getting your nigger wake-up call, okay? You're getting your nigger wake-up call, okay? And it's beautiful, because ultimately this is going to cause you to cleave unto your brother Judah. You're going to cleave unto the Southern Kingdom, okay? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. It's all Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is working a beautiful work. It's his movie. And meanwhile, it's further leading to chaos, which is going to lead into draconian legislation, more unrighteous decrees, more of your so-called rights being taken away, Beautiful. It's gonna cause this devil to fully roll out his 15-minute cities, his digital system, his digital world, his new world order that's gonna be digital. He'll be able to track everything, see who's documented, who's not undocumented, all your information. Palantir, everything is coming to a head. Palantir is compiling all your information in one database. easy access. So we see all roads are leading to the Charagma. This economy's collapsing, Babylon's circling the drain. The third world's wars brewing. So we in beautiful times, man. We in beautiful times, man. Beautiful times. It's going to be a hot summer, a very hot summer. And Babylon been looking like a third world nation. I've been saying that for ages, especially L.A., Skid Row, San Francisco. How much more so now? Okay, you turn on the news, they burning cars, they burning tires, throwing Molotov cocktails, they letting off fireworks, looking like a South American country, looking like Venezuela, looking like, you know, and we've been said what you saw going down in South America was going to end up happening in Babylon the Great. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai been saving the best for last. We in them times, baby, we at the door of Jacob's trouble. We at the door of the hour of temptation. The third woe is coming quickly. This devil is coming down with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. Revelation 12:12. They about to be like madmen, sparing none. So it says CNN witnessed police using flashbangs. They deputizing more and more people to work for ICE. A lot of these people that's being deputized are racist. Good old boys. That's why they covering their face. Hey, we in beautiful times. CNN witnessed police using flashbangs and tear gas to disperse crowds, with some hitting protesters, or they calling this Black Lives Matter 2.0, with some hitting protesters, as well as protesters setting self-driving cars on fire. Again, CNN witnessed, cars are burning, all out chaos, man. Hence why it's all of downtown now has been declared an unlawful assembly area. Okay? So it says CNN witnessed police using flashbangs and tear gas to disperse crowds, with some hitting protesters, as well as protesters setting self-driving cars on fire. Police have declared all of downtown Los Angeles an unlawful assembly area after arresting dozens over the weekend. And again, this is just a microcosm, because it's not just California that's up in arms. LA, all around Babylon, New York, they're talking about protesting in Miami, Chicago. Okay? So beautiful times, man. Beautiful times that we're living in. So I'm not gonna make this long. Again, you Hispanics, you Latinos, you're getting your nigger wake-up call. This is gonna further cause the tribes to gather together. What's really gathering you is this word, because we've been telling you that we're brothers. Okay? We're all a family. We are the sons of Jacob, Yaiquab. We are the Israelites, the sons of the power. Yasharallah, the princes of the power. Okay? You so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Latinos, Hispanics, North American, Seminole Indians. You are the Lord's chosen people, the apple of his eye. Okay? And it's time for us to go home. But only a remnant is going to return. Only a remnant is going to take heed. The rest of you are going to be fuel for the slaughter, fuel for the fire. You're going to be led as a flock to the slaughter. You're going to go down there. You're going to protest. You're going to take up arms. You're going to take part in these race wars, and you're going to die. You're going to get drafted. You're going to go over to the Third World War. The ones of you that don't want to take heed, you got a rude awakening. You got horrific times on the horizon for you, man. Famine, martial, hey man, Jacob's trouble. Time like never before. But 2 Ezra 15 is just running off the page, man. Okay, we in them times. I'm not even gonna read. You see, I don't need to read. We read it over and over. We in them times, man. So again, what you Northern Kingdom, you're getting that nigger wake-up call. Because, we've been gathering on the highways and the byways. This word been gathering us. Okay? You see on the brothers, Judah, Benjamin, all the brothers, Reuben, all Gad, we all gathered out there prophesying against this wicked ass kingdom. You see us, but you don't want, the majority, you don't want to take heed. Now you got no choice. Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. And it ain't hard to fucking to figure out that we're one big family. We eat the same foods. We may cook it and season it a little bit different. Our music got the same underlining beats and shit, drum patterns and shit. Okay, it's not hard to fathom. We're all we all live in the worst parts of wherever the hell we at, whether it be the traps, the hoods, the projects, the barrios. It's no coincidence. Okay, we on the bottom. We are the oppressed. We are the downtrodden, the forgotten, the meek, the lowly. We are the ones that need saving. We were brought here in the Americas as a punishment for disobeying our power. Okay? And this man was put up, and this man that's ruling over you, he's your enemy. Always has been, always will be. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is Yasharallah's chief adversary. And now you starting to get it through your spick ass brain, your wetback ass brain. Okay? He's not your friend. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. That's why every heathen have a goddamn a derogatory name for us, man. We're a proverb and a byword as it is written. Niggers, spicks, wetbacks, coons, skins. Gather yourselves together, and you seeing how you not desired. You done built this man's kingdom up, built his homes, reaped down all his crops. Now he don't need you no more. Now the machine's gonna replace you. He don't need you no more. He used you and abused you. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord Yahweh come upon you, before the day of the Lord Yahweh's anger come upon you. That's what we've been warning you. We've been warning you to seek the Lord while he may be found. And there's still time. There's still time to repent, to turn back to your power. Okay? But the time is short. Things are spiraling out of control. Things are getting worse and worse as each day passes. Things are getting progressively worse, which means ultimately what? The doors of mercy about to slam shut and judgment is going to commence. Only thing you're going to find out there is evil and only evil. We're coming upon a bad time. Again, Jacob's trouble is at the door. Daniel 12:1, a time like never before. Seek ye the Lord Yahweh, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgments, northern and southern kingdom. Under the heavens, there has no, roughly paraphrasing, there has no atrocity, nothing, no time. What happened to the northern and the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, on down? What happened to us was heinous. We went into the worst captivity ever. So under the heaven, it can't be compared to what happened to Judah and Israel, man. So it says, seek ye the Lord Yahweh, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's Yahweh's anger. Because we don't know. That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. We're given diligence to make our calling and election sure. Because many are called, but few are chosen. We want to be chosen. So we're doing all that we can to Adawan Watazah, make it in that day, to stand in that day. He that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. Okay? This is, again, you tribes are getting your nigga wake-up call. And what does Elder Malcolm always say? They got a saying, how does it go? The northern kingdom gets it first, but Judah, Benjamin, and Levi gets it the worst. Right now, this devil is coming down with great wrath upon the northern kingdom, but you best believe he gonna double back around for you goddamn Negroes. You so-called black people. You want to hold on to that black, biggity black. Okay? He gonna come down on the southern kingdom hard, man. The worst. They already got black fatigue. This devil's showing his horns, man. They losing these devils are losing their kingdom. They done lost control of the narrative. Their Babylon the Great is circling the drain. There's no balm for her. They realize the prophecies are against them. Only thing they got to look forward to is 1,000 years of hardcore slavery and then a nice big Obadiah 1:18, a nice big bonfire. They know there's no place of repentance for them. They know there's no loopholes. They know they were rejected, though they sought it carefully with tears. So they about to come down with great wrath. They about to resort back to their blessing, the sword. They gonna show you their true colors. They the same devils that was lynching you, that was buck breaking you, that was using your children as gator bait. You know? You gonna see. You starting to see now. You getting your nigger wake up call. Ecclesiasticus 12, and I start at 8. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. A lot of you Latin kingdom, Latinos, Hispanics, you thought just because you had a little lighter hue on you, you know, Esau was your friend. He allowed you to check white on your goddamn application. You thought he was your friend, you know. You moved into his subdivisions. You may have went out golfing with him and shit on the golf course. You know what I'm saying? You upgraded. You went from cutting the grass to playing on the grass, to playing on the green. You know? But now your good old best friend Bob and Nancy and Karen, you know, now they losing their business, you know, losing their jobs, their children all on the oids, all on the drug, these cursed Deuteronomy 30:7. Now these Edomites catching hell. Now they looking at you sideways. You still somewhat doing good. Jorge, Hector, Juan, because that's the only thing that's still keeping Babylon the Great going is construction. So a lot of you Northern Kingdom, you in the construction business. You doing stucco, you doing roofing, you know? You the contractors, you know? You done upgraded from picking the fields, reaping down the crops, picking the lettuce, tomato, you know, fruits and vegetables. You doing somewhat good. You starting to bring your family members over, you know? Meanwhile, these Edomites catching purity hell. Their health is failing, losing their stocks, bonds, you know? They looking at you sideways, you know? They not your friend no more. They never was your friend, okay? It was all a facade. It was the illusion of inclusion. Now you finding out you a nigger just like us. You a brown nigger. You know, they love calling people niggers. What they call them Arabs. You dot heads. Okay? You stinking Arabs. You realizing you not their friend either. They love calling people nigger. They call you sand niggers. That's the most derogatory thing they can call you is a nigger. Okay? So again, a friend, yeah, gotta have fun with this. We in beautiful times, man. The prophecies are screaming. Evil times, evil and only evil. The love of many waxing cold. People true colors are showing. All hell is about to break loose. Race wars, class wars, domestic violence. No work for Egypt, Isaiah 19. Famine finna set in. Woo. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. They between a rock and a hard place. They doing bad. Sleazy E is down bad. A lot we see him at camp. More and more Edomites are becoming homeless, man. And not just the Edomite man, the woman right there with him. They doing bad. They down bad. In prosperity, a lot they ain't got no job, no home. What else is to do but to sign up for ICE? Round your ass up. Just as during the time of slavery, there was 2-time losers. So what else is there to do but to take part in the slave patrol? Go hunting down niggas that's runaway slaves. No new thing under the sun. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved. Again, you doing good, Jorge. Sleep your neighbor, they ain't bought a new car in years. Here you come pulling up with a brand new dually, F350, Super Duty. Your business thriving. You know what I'm saying? You throwing quinceañeras and shit loud, playing that cucaracha music. They mad as hell, man. Okay? They angry. Okay? Slakia. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved. But in his adversity, even a friend will depart. This is the main point. Never trust thine enemy. That's what you tribes forgot. This man was never your friend. He was always your enemy. He was always an adversary. When he was dreaming up America, the founding fathers, they never intended for you to be equal to them or over them. Hence why they wrote it in there that you was what 3/5 of a man, 2/5, 3, or whatever the hell it is. You were never supposed to be equal. You were brought here to be a slave. Okay? So it says, now the keepers of the house are trembling. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Yeah, a lot of you, sidebar from the tribes, a lot of you heathens, man. You buying up Dairy Queens, you buying up Subways, you franchising, you know? Meanwhile, the average Edomite catching hell, you know? Buying up Subways and shit. That's what these heathens do, you know? Hey, we in beautiful times, man. Ooh, showing you the Lord. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is a separatist. He was never about everybody coming together. Hence the Tower of Babel. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. I could keep reading, but that's the point. Keep reading down to verse 13. This man was never your friend. Never have been, never will be. It's going a little bit longer than I wanted, so let me just wrap it up. Let me try to run through these. So again, the Northern Kingdom getting a nigga wake-up call, man. And like Elder Malcolm says, the Northern Kingdom gets it first, but Judah gets it the worst. But the beautiful thing is, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is ultimately doing all this to gather the remnant of Yasharallah. Okay? He's gathering the dispersed. We all starting to see eye to eye again. As I got on deck, well, this is it, 13. The envy between the northern and the southern kingdom is departing. We're starting to realize we're brothers, okay? And we have a common enemy. Isaiah, and what's allowing us to see this? The word, first and foremost, these prophecies, but also their actions. Actions speak louder than words. Isaiah 11:10. And we're in this time, right? The straight gate, that straight path to the kingdom, the highway to heaven. Okay? It's been out there from Elder Abba Bivens on down, from 1969 on down, on up to 2025. This truth has been being declared out there on the highways and the byways. They've been lifted because we've entered into other men's labors. Okay? The men that came before us, they've been lifting up that banner. Okay? Showing us, telling us to do what? Seek the old paths. This is the way. Walk ye in it. Again, starting with Elder Alba Bivens, who is Elijah, if you can receive it. On down, on up. All the way to the apostles, all the way to the men that are laboring right now that you see. Okay? And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. Because we're not out there of our own free will. Okay? We're doing what we were commanded to do. Okay? By who? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. He told us to go out there and warn you. To go out there and bid you to the marriage. That's what we've been doing. And our cries haven't fallen upon deaf ears. The word of the Lord doesn't go out void. It shall accomplish that which he pleaseth. What is it doing? It's this word is causing this wicked ass world to collapse. And also it's strengthening, gathering the remnant, the elect. Okay? So it says, and in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for, and Zion, that's what Zion is, a monument. We're a monument, a beacon, you know? That's why the Lord said to let that light shine. A city set on a hill a city set on a hill cannot be hid. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. The Gentiles is talking about the Israelite foreigners, okay? And we were all in a Gentile state of mind, okay? But we've woken up. Now we come back to remembrance. So it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Adawan shall set his hand again. This is going to be a second Exodus out of modern day Babylon, out of modern day Egypt, which is America, and we in that time. In this Exodus, only a remnant is going to make it. 2 parts, as it is written in Zechariah, are going to be cut off and die. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Adawan shall set his hand again to Slack it. A little excited. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Adawan shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant. Notice, not all, the remnant, 1/3, the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea, because we're scattered amongst all the heathens. But it's a seed. It goes back to the seed. You're going to have Israelites looking like some of these heathen nations where we were scattered. But their seed, their lineage is going to go back to one of the 12 patriarchs, your father's line, okay? And Yahweh, this word is gathering us, okay? Gathering us all. It's resonating with us. Our spirit bear witness that we are the children of the Most High. And if children, then what? Heirs. And it says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations. Again, we're a monument. Zion. We're an eyesore. You know? We're a constant reminder that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has not done away with his people, and a recompense is coming for what you did to us. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble, this is the main point, the outcasts of Israel. Again, you tribes are getting your nigga wake-up call. Okay, you're the outcast, you're the unwanted, you're the undesirables, as I read earlier. This word is gathering us. It says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the 4 corners of the earth. This is the main point. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Okay? And that's an old gripe old animosity, going back to when the kingdom was split after King Solomon, Jeroboam and Rehoboam, if I named them right. Okay, the kingdom was split, but now we in the time of the kingdom coming back together. Okay, and this word is gathering us, and this devil's actions is forcing you to consider. Okay. Matter of fact, before I get this, let me hit Ezekiel 37. Because we're becoming one stick in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's hand. That's why we have that sign. Okay, it's a chief identifier of the main, of the Israelites. We're scattered across all the nations, but it's a chief identifier, that sign, that 12 tribe sign. So, Ezekiel 37:16, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah, the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and the children of Israel, the northern kingdom, you Latinos, Hispanics, North Americans, Seminole Indians. It says, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write, and that's that 12 tribe sign. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions. And that's what you see. We got the southern kingdom and then the northern kingdom, because Judah is the head tribe. Yahushua HaMashiach sprang out of Judah. Judah's the head, and Ephraim is the head of the northern kingdom. So it says, and join them one to another into one stick. That's that sign. And they shall become one in thine hand. We're becoming one in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, thus saith the Lord Adawan Yahweh, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick. We're becoming one family again. And they shall be one in mine hand. Okay? And the sticks wherein thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. That's why we have the sign. Okay? Kind of going, let me keep going. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord Adawan Yahweh, behold, look, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone. And the bulk of us are in the Americas, right here in the good US of A, and bring the scene of great future destruction, Babylon the Great. It says, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and will bring them into their own land. Not no 1948 Balfour Declaration. Ain't gonna be no goddamn state. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. And we in them times, man, as I was reading. Okay? That highway, that straight gate, that ensign for the people. Okay? And I read Isaiah 11. Let's go to Zechariah, because Zechariah is the precept to it. Zechariah 9. I'll start at 10, trying to run through them. And I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim, and the horse from Jerusalem, and the battle bow shall be cut off. And he shall speak peace unto the heathen, and his dominion shall be from sea even to sea, and from river even to the ends of the earth. For they also, as for thee also, by the blood of thy covenant I have set forth thy prisoners out of the pit, wherein is no water. Turn, and that the pit is America. This man refused to open his prison house. It says, turn you, this is the main point, turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. All the tribes, man. We've been looking for a nation that could not save. The only one that can save us is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the same ones that put us in this predicament. They're the only ones that can deliver us. As it says, you shall go into Egypt again with ships, and no man shall buy thee, shall save thee. You know, and that's what we're coming to the realization, that the only one that could deliver us is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The only way we're going to get out of this thing is by repenting. So it says, turn you to the strong. That's that highway. That's the ensign. That's the banner. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee, when I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. Again, it's about to be race wars. Okay, and mainly you 2/3 are going to take part in that. Okay, I had that on Genesis 49. I ain't even going, for the sake of time, Genesis 49, it talks about Judah being roused up, but not just Judah. All the tribes are getting roused up, as you can see. Okay, you see, and then eventually these lowly fishes gonna turn to hunters. Okay, so you through, Sleazy, you through. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's building the tabernacle of David of old, you know, and closing up the breaches thereof. Okay, that's the point, man. I kind of went a little bit long, you know. It was all over the place, but Adawan Watazad made sense and it came together. We in beautiful times, man. The prophecies are screaming. The handful of prophecies that are left are screaming. Okay, and the most beautiful thing to see is the tribes coming back together, because that means your ass is grass, Sleazy E. Everything you doing is leading to your further demise, and it's beautiful. So keep watching, keep praying, keep fighting, keep pushing. We're close. It's gonna be a hot summer. Shalom. Wa abad babal kwam yasharallah.